Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about some of the players that I want you all to keep an eye on going into grouping number 2 of Tampa Bay Buccaneers OTAs. We've already talked about the first 3 days. The next 3 days are coming up here very soon, so who should we be taking a look at moving forward? Well, I have a few players in mind, starting off here with Devin Culp, tight end out of Washington, the Buccaneers' 7th round draft pick in the most recent 2024 NFL draft. This is a very interesting player in my opinion. 6'3", 231 pounds, ran a 4.47 40-yard dash. Now, I think he's very different than what the Bucs have at the tight end position currently. You have your all-around guy in Cade Otton. You have more of a blocker, more of a possession, big body type guy in Payne Durham. You have your blocking guy in Keefe, and then you have Devin Culp, who I think is the more athletic, stretch the field type of tight end that the Bucs may be using a lot here going forward in the offense. I've talked a lot about how the Bucs have really been missing a tight end number 2 in this offense. Okay, like Cade Otton's done a good job, I think, all things considered, as a starting tight end. I don't think he's been horrible or anything, but you could use a good running man with him. You could use a good number 2 there, and maybe that's where a guy like Devin Culp comes in. So pay attention to him going forward, see how he does in the upcoming practices as he adjusts to the NFL level. I want to talk about Kyle Trask, and I know I've talked about him a lot here on the channel recently, I guess I should say. I made a whole video talking about whether he will or won't be back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going forward. What's so interesting to me is, one, not only have we really haven't seen any of Kyle Trask since he's joined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but by the way, his last season in college football is absolutely crazy. 43 touchdowns to 8 interceptions passing is amazing, but in the NFL, he's only thrown 10 passes. Not great. Not great at all. And he hasn't really been given a lot of opportunities. That's not going to be the case going forward, considering he lost the starting job last year to Baker Mayfield. Baker played well, and now he's going to be the team starter for the next couple of seasons. Leaves Kyle Trask as the odd man out. And I do think he'll still make this Bucs roster, of course, right? He's a backup. He's going to be still on his rookie deal. But after that, the future's up in the air. So let's just see if Kyle Trask can play good, kind of keep some good momentum for himself going forward. It is going to be interesting this year, right? Because you really can't ask any more questions of, well, is Trask going to be the starter? Like you had done last year. It's not the case anymore. So let's just see how Trask does as a backup and see how he adjusts to that role going forward. I want to talk about Logan Hall next. The Buccaneers' 2nd round draft pick in the 2022 NFL draft, 6'6", 283 pounds. And in my opinion, maybe some people won't agree with this, I think this is a make or break year for Hall this year. You take a look at his stats. 3 sacks in 2 years is not great for a defensive end. A half a sack whenever you started 13 games last year is really not good. 1 quarterback hit, 2 tackles for loss, only 22 tackles. Like, Hall felt pretty non-existent on the defense last year. You had other veterans coming in and doing some decent things on the defensive side of things. The Bucs did re-sign Greg Gaines. Was that for a reason this offseason? I don't know, but you take a look, like Marquise Watts had more of an impact in the pass rush. In terms of sack numbers, Greg Gaines, severely outpaced Hall in some of these pass rushing categories, and he only started 2 games for the Bucs as opposed to Hall's 13. So it's going to be interesting. Will Logan Hall even be the starter next year? That's a legitimate question. Or is it going to be Greg Gaines going forward? I don't know, but we're going to have to wait and see. Keep an eye on Hall just to see how he grows and develops in what is, in my opinion, possibly a make or break season. Finally, I have Jotron Shawinka, another guy who finds himself in a make-or-break season. I know we've talked about him a lot here on the channel, but the 2021 first-round pick for the Bucs did not have his 5th-year option taken, and he's been okay throughout his time with the team. 13 sacks in 3 years is again, it's average, right? But certainly not something you want from a, former first-round draft pick. And he's had some good moments here or there, but you want to talk about another make or break year, this is it for JTS. It's either he plays really well this year, proves that he can be a guy for this Bucs pass rush and gets a deal, or he's going to find himself going somewhere else. So this is another guy which, not only isn't a make or break year, but we also heard Todd Bowles say, like, oh, he finally knows how to use him. What does that mean? Does that mean we could see JTS playing inside, getting his hand in the dirt, playing on the defensive line? I don't know. But we're just going to have to wait and see, folks, as this continues to unveil and develop throughout these OTAs. And it all starts with practices like this. So let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. What other players are you guys keeping an eye on for the second grouping of Buccaneers OTAs? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now. Go Bucs.